Hello, hello, hello. I see we have people in the waiting room. So I'm going to give Lindan some time to come in. Of course, she's nervous. And then there is always, almost all the time, there is always some technical difficulty, especially when it's your first time doing this and everything starts to happen. Nobody wants you to really tell your story, right? So when you are in the process of about to tell your story and free yourself, all of these things happen. And so while I'm waiting on her to fix her computer, I am going to introduce her. And for the very first time, I wrote out an introduction because I did not want to leave anything out. However, I still feel like I left some things out because, again, you all know me. I love to give honor to whom honor is due, and honor is definitely due to her. She's my sister. And as I stated before, she's not just my sister. I'm not just her sister because it's just something to say because everybody's our sis and everybody's our brother. That isn't what it is. She is my sister because she has shown herself to be a friend to me, to be a sister to me. I can depend on her. And with that being said, I just want to read a little bit about what I wrote about her. And she'll watch it when she watches the replay. And you all can tell her about it. She's sweet, she's loyal, she's kind, she's consistent, she's compassionate and empathetic. She remembers her own struggle and doesn't just judge others. Most importantly to me, she's my friend. She cried when I cried while everyone was at work. She used her leave to support me in so many different ways, whether it was to decorate a repast for my uncle, for my father, for any one of my loved ones. She was there for me. She trusts me with her heart, and holds her heart holds a lot of secrets. And so if she trusts me with that, that shows a lot of love on her part. And so I'm glad that I've just been able to reciprocate the same kind of love and sisterhood to her that she's been able to reciprocate to me. When everyone else's agenda changed toward me, hers remained the same. And I am grateful for her. I'm grateful for her journey. I'm grateful for her walk. I'm grateful how she's able to walk through anything still with a smile. She's always dressed really nice. She's always fly. She's gonna always dance. She's always gonna party. She's gonna turn the party out because her personality is so amazing. And I would go out on a limb and by saying she's the community sweetheart. She's DC's sweetheart. Everybody knows her, and everybody probably knows her by those very attributes. She's gonna dance. She's gonna get the party started, but most importantly, she's kind and she's sweet. I gave that introduction while I wait for her to log on. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna check on her to make sure she's okay and just see if she's able to get in. So I'm gonna mute right quick to see what she needs from me. And I did offer her, we don't necessarily have to use a computer. You're welcome to use a phone. So I just want you all to hang on in there. And let me also say this podcast was the most shared. There she is. There she is. I'm adding her to the stage, and I can hear her. So, sister, I've already given the introduction. You'll be able to go back and watch it. I actually gave you a really good introduction. I think I laid it on really great, just speaking about our relationship and how much you mean to me, how much you've been there. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me do this. Let me go back and read it so that because it's so good, I can read it twice. So now that she's here, I want to read what I say. You look cute.
Thank you.
Uh,
So do you. It's always.
thank you,
I'm a little,
girlfriend. Thank you.
I'm a little
Um,
nervous.
I already told him I said she nervous, but here's the thing about my podcast. Because I'm a beginner, and I don't mind saying I'm a beginner. Because I'm a beginner, we pretty much know everybody who's listening, who's in. I don't know if you can see the chat. I can see it, but we have some people in the chat. I'll put up one. You got this, cousin. We're here for you. Love you. So I just basically told everybody, just hold on. We had some technical difficulties. We just trying to get the sound together, all that stuff. And things like this happen. So I wanted to go back. I also will say this podcast on tonight, the flyer, the personality, the woman that we know, the woman that we call Lindan. Many of us call her sister. Many of us call her friend. Many of us, I've seen many of the young girls under the post saying Mama Bear. She has my Instagram jumping. This flyer has been the most shared flyer in all of my podcasts. That speaks volumes about you. That says they're not coming to see me, they're not coming to hear me, but they're coming to hear you. When I shared the flyer the very first day, which was one day last week, so many people started sharing that flyer. Right now, I can see that we have 17 people viewing. That for me is new. I have a lot of people that go back and watch my replay, but I very rarely have, 17 people viewing at one time. So they're here for you. So I want to go back and I want to read what I said about you, you being my sister, you being my friend. She's sweet, she's loyal, she's kind, she's consistent, she's compassionate and empathetic. She remembers her own struggle and doesn't judge others. Most importantly to me, she's my friend. She cried when I cried. While everyone was at work, she used her leave to support me in grief. She trusts me with her heart, and her heart holds her secrets. I'm honored to call her my friend and my sister. When everyone's agenda toward me changed, hers remained the same, and that's big. And one thing that I know is where we come from, we go with the multitude. If the multitude love you, then I'ma love you. If the multitude not messing with you, then I'm not. You never did that. You've always been the same and vice versa. You've always been there for me. There have been times where I've cried and you cried. Even if you didn't know what was going on, you tapped into whatever emotion I was feeling in that time. You would always call and say, "Sister, what you need? What do you need from me? I am here. I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna do this." That is a friend and that is a sister, and you have been that to me as long as I have known you. You've been that. And so with that being said, I think I've done an amazing job with, just introducing you. We're here to have a sister talk. We're here to chit chat. Like I told them before, me and you are having a private conversation, and we have just allowed them to eavesdrop. So, we're going to talk about what we want to talk about, and y'all going to sit in, and you know what you all going to do? You all are going to be supportive. I'm grateful for many of the Muslim sisters that are on. I'm grateful for you all coming in and being supportive to her. I know that many of you have just broken fast. I know that many of you are probably, you're either coming out of prayer, and then even after this, you still have to do other things. So I'm grateful that you were able to alter your schedule to be here with me today. But again, I don't know if there's anything else that I can say about my sister. She has
Drink
been,
your water.
drink your water. She has been with me through thick and through thin. And I will put her up against anybody. She is the sister. She's going to call when something's wrong, but she's also going to call when something is right. And she's not going to give a whole long speech before she asks. She's just going to send a text and say, "Sister," and I'm going to be like, "What's wrong, sis?" And she says the same thing. We're both working on something that is so big, and it's going to be a blessing to our community and to the world. The way that her mind works, the ideas that she have, the creativity that she possess, the way that she can lay a house down. She'll be in Home Goods while everybody is sleeping and she's picking out stuff. She's designed a couple of my homes. I've sent her pictures. What you think should go with this? What you think should go with that? And she's always absolutely on it. So I don't need to talk much. You've already heard from me. I know you all are here because like we all like tea, right? But guess what? We're gonna spill our own tea on tonight. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay, yes.
Spill our own tea on tonight because we know that many of you have watched or you may have sat around and tried to figure out what's going on with this, that, or the other. Well, guess what? She's gonna tell you what's going on with this, that, and the other. And the one thing that I've always wanted to have the conversation publicly about is why she converted. So we're going to talk about why she converted. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about parenting because she's all of those things. And like I stated before, this is a judgment-free zone because we don't do none of that over here. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why we don't do none of that over here because everybody gets a turn. And while life may be good for you right now, while you may be up right now, you in your bag right now, both of us are on our knees right now. Because guess what? It could have went a different way, but it didn't. So we're not here to judge nobody. We are here to see what we can glean from each other, and so that we can make our village stronger. So, sister, you want me jump right in, or is there something you want to say before I jump right in and ask my questions?
I would like to say something. You kid has been a friend, a sister, a listening ear, the shoulder that I cry on plenty of nights, plenty of mornings. My advice, my favorite deaconess. She's still my deaconess, even though I have converted over. I love her. When I love very, very hard. And I had to learn all these years I had to learn the meaning of friend and sister. So I had to cut that back in my 40s. I can't call everybody a sister no more, and I can't call everybody a friend. So I use those two words very, very big. So if I call someone my sister or my friend, I take it to my heart, and I really mean it. And I try to do everything I can for people when I can, because I want the same thing in return. I'm not a millionaire. I work every day like everybody else, but when I'm there, the most part, I'm there. And I love you always.
My sister, you know I love you. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. I just wanted to have a private conversation in public because I want to give you your flowers, because I know I've seen with my eyes and I've heard with my ears. I've seen your struggle. I've heard your cries. I've seen you broken. I've seen your heart broken. I've seen you literally fighting for your life. And now to see you glow and to see you happy and to see that it doesn't even look like you missed a step. I am proud to say that you're my sister. I that's a word that we throw around and toss around, but I am proud to say you're my sister.
Yes.
When you made the decision, and we can just jump in.
Yes.
I just realized that on a Sunday morning, I would see you, right? And I would see you. We would praise God together. You would come up to me, sister, pray for me. This is going on. That's going on. And I never asked any questions. I never asked why. I never asked what's wrong. I never got into the details. When you were ready to tell me, you told me. But when you told me to pray for you, that is exactly what I did, because I didn't need to know all of the details. All I needed to know was that my sister was in trouble at that moment. That was it. And so I know that for me, I would see you on a Sunday morning. We would be having an amazing time in service. And then all of a sudden, I just didn't no more. But here's the thing. While the time I wasn't seeing you, they probably wasn't seeing me, because I also took a break, and I took a break for personal reasons. But then when I
Me
came
too.
back, I don't see my sister. But when I didn't see my sister at church, I saw my sister online, and I saw my sister, she was covered. Me seeing a sister covered is not going to automatically make me say, oh, now you're Muslim, oh, you converted. I don't, because listen, here's the thing. All the girls are fly. If I am being respectful to family or friends or an event and I have to cover up, then I have to cover up. So again, when I saw my sister that way, I didn't ask any questions. To this day, I still never said, girl, you know you were, and she just said it. I'm gonna forever be her deaconess. Do your homework on what a deaconess is. I still never came to her and said, oh my God gonna kill you. God gonna strike you down. You going to hell. You don't know. God, listen. I'm never gonna do that to
And
any
let
of my.
me and let me jump in and let them know the reason why I converted. My mom was a Muslim. A lot of people don't know, but my mom had converted over when she was in Lawton. I have a uncle. My uncle Joe is a Muslim. The reason why I wanted to convert over, because I wanted peace in my life. I have been through a lot in my childhood and adult. I would go to church. I was going through a terrible divorce at the time. I would go to church every Sunday. I would pray. I would cry. I would do everything that I wanted to do. But when I left church, I used to go sit in front of my husband's house and thinking how can I take him away from this world? I had so many bad things that I was thinking of, and that's not me. That's not the person that I am. So one day I was selling some furniture, and she might don't even know. One of my old coworkers, she had came over my house. She might be on here. She's a Muslim sister now. She was one before me. She came on my house and I seen her wrapped up. I said, "Oh, you're a Muslim now?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Can you send me some information? Because I've been thinking about converting over." And she said, "Sure." She sent me some stuff. I read on it. I stopped. You know what I'm saying? Then I one of my homeboys, he was a Muslim. I told him. He ended up mailing me some books. So I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to do it. It took me like 2 years. I've been wanting to convert over for the last 2 years. Um, Once I converted over, I cried to my sister Ebony. She's a Muslim, and I cried to one of my best friends, Trina. I told them, and I might cry too. I told them that I stayed up all night because I wanted to get this prayer together, and I couldn't get it together. So Ebony said, "Well, Linda, sister, stop beating yourself up," and also Jamie. They said, "You went to church every Sunday. You was born into a Christian family." I said, "Sure." My grandma was a bishop. She had her own church in the basement. My uncle, my aunts, half of them are bishops and stuff, deaconess. I said, "I have to get this together because if I don't get it together, I can't convert. I can't stay a Muslim." They said, "Linda, stop beating yourself up. Whatever you want to do, Allah is going to reward you for that." I said, "Okay." So we would get on this line every Tuesday. My sister Jamie, she invited me on. At this time, I was going for my divorce. And I told them that I didn't want to get on the call because I wanted the divorce first before I converted over to Islam. So the email was like, "You're going to get your blessings regardless." So I was on there. I said, "Okay, I'm going to do it this week." Another week went past, went for the divorce. He didn't want a divorce. So we had to go, we had to go back home. I said, "I got to do it. I got to do it. I want peace. I have to have peace in my life." I will cry. I will go sit in front of this man's house. A couple of my sisters, I thank Trina every day, every time I can. She would come over my house and sit with me. Even my sister Betty, they would come over my house and sit with me because a lot of people don't know I wanted to commit suicide. I wanted to commit suicide. My sister-in-law would come to my house. She was like, "Linda, get it together." My mother-in-law would come over my house. "Get it together, Linda. You are a good woman. You are a good wife. You done nothing wrong." I thought this was going to be the man that I spend the rest of my life with. I thought this was the man that I was going to die with. We was going to die beside each other. That's how much I have loved him. The last time I tried to take myself out, I called myself drinking. I drank some bleach. And my daughter, Akil, was in there. My daughter, Akil, was in there. And she told me, "March, you can't do this. We need you." If anybody know me, I love my kids to death. I had my kids young. But I thank Allah, God, that they are where they at. All of them have graduated. I have one that graduated from VSU. I have one, she's a business owner and a first home owner. And I have beautiful grandkids. The last time a kid looked me in my face and she called Trina, and Trina said, "Linda, sister, this is not you. You look like the devil. I see your eyes red." And that's what woke me up. I said, "I can't do it no more. I can't do it no more." Went to the hospital. They put me on the third floor. I was like, "This is not me. I can't. I need my kids. If anything happens to me today or tomorrow, my kids not gonna have anybody's to count on but my best friend, both of my best friends, and their grandmother. My mom is deceased, so I'm like, my kids, they only really know me. I try to make them stick together because if I die today or tomorrow, it's only them and their kids."
Mhm.
So that's what woke me up. And I called myself, you know, letting him come back and talk the love in my head, the lust, because it wasn't love, it was lust. And I'm saying this to because there's somebody out there that's in a relationship that want to get out, but they don't know how to get out. Do I still love him as a person? Yes, but I could never go back.
Mm-hmm.
I could never go back. I'm at peace right now. It feels good that I could go to sleep because I took sleeping pills to go to sleep. If it wasn't for the pandemic, I probably wouldn't have a job. I wouldn't have had a job because I was going back and forth to the hospital, going in front of this man's house, sitting in front of this man's house, crashing my car back to back, drinking. I'm not a drinker, like taking edibles, doing stuff that I usually don't do. So I'm like, I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I gotta wake myself up. And all I would hear some of my friends would say, Linda, fuck that nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Allah. Fuck
Mm-hmm.
that nigga. You a bad and all that. But everybody didn't know
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about that. I wanted him. That's who I stood in front of God. That's who I wanted to be with the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really, really hard for me to get out that relationship. And I really woke up and walked away the end of 2023. We have been separated for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I still played my part as a wife. I didn't step out on him to a year and a half later. And I'm not going to say stepped out because he was in a relationship, so I don't consider that stepping out. I just woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I started dating people, but when I would date people, all I would do was talk about them, talk about him, and it would run people away. It will run people away because I'm talking about somebody that that don't want me no more. That's in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It was hard. It was hard, and I just thank my sisters. I thank you. I thank my kids. I thank my mother-in-law. She will always be my mother-in-law. My sister-in-law. She will always be my sister-in-law. One of my cousin-in-law, Monica. I love her to death. I don't know if she on here or not, but she would come over there and stay with me for hours and hours. I had got so small that people really didn't notice. I
Mm-hmm.
hid from my brother for a whole year. Every time my brother was like, "Come and see me," I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna come and see you," but I would never go. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna come and get you." I'm like, "All right." When he called, I would duck the call because I didn't want my brother to see me like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just happy that I'm where I'm at. And for the converting over, I didn't convert over because of man. I wasn't dating a man that was a Muslim. I know a lot of men that's Muslim, but I wasn't dating anyone that was Muslim at the time. I just wanted peace. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew what I was reading and studying, it brought me peace as I was reading because I was a devil. I love God, but I was a devil. I was really going into church and coming out and thinking away, how can I run this man over? Like I really wanted to harm him. And that's not me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a peacemaker, so that's not me. So I'm just I'm an open book. I don't have nothing to hide. Um, I'm in a relationship now. I'm at peace. Um, I care for the person that I'm with. I love him. Um, he's a person that lead me. Um, he's a person that got my best interest. He tells me when I'm wrong. He corrects me when I'm wrong, and I like that about him. I don't have to. I don't think that I know it all.
Mm-hmm.
He's very educated. He's an excellent father to his kids. He's a family person. I love that about him. Um, a little bit more about me. I have 5 kids, 3 girls, 2 boys. Um, I love them. I'm their mother. I'm not their best friend. I'm their best friend, but I'm not their friend. I don't go out with them. I might, if it's something special going on, they can hang out with me. But I'm not one of them the mothers that, oh, you can come out and hang out with me and my girlfriends. No, you can't hang
Yeah.
out with me and my girlfriends. If I see my son in the club, I'm leaving out.
Yeah.
I'm leaving out because I don't like. That's not me. My son is 24. Why would I want to be hanging with a 24-year-old? That's not me.
Yeah. I want to say, first of all, Thank you for sharing. Every time we share our traumatic experiences, we relive them all over again. So I want to thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that um with people who knew or did not know. And I also want to say that peace looks good on you, freedom looks good on you. I don't care what you choose to do with your life. If it makes you a better human being to other people, if it gives you peace and freedom, then by all means do that. And I just appreciate you saying to yourself, this over here isn't working, but I'm gonna try this because this could work. At least you knew you could not do this life all by yourself with no guidance, no leadership, um, no sovereignty. You knew that you needed some kind of guidance, and so I appreciate you for that. I want to ask you, what would you share with people who may be in a relationship, um, a situationship, marriage, or anything? And well, first, let me back up and ask you: did you see any signs on the? Did you see any of the signs before you start seeing this? Before you start feeling the signs, did you see any of the signs? And did you? And if you seen them, did you just ignore? How did you deal with the signs when you saw them?
When we before we got married, he was the sweetest thing, and he's still. I'm not going to take that away from him. He's still a good guy, but I just don't think he was ready for commitment. I like stability. I like commitment. I like affectionate. Um, I didn't really have a big family, so my friends, you, Tamika, my 10 sexy sisters, some of the good ones. Those are my family. I love my sister and my brother. We are really, really close. Me and my big sister and my brother, we are really close. Mm. But those
So
are my
what?
family.
So what would you? Is there anything you would say to women who are in a relationship like you were? You know, the guy, he's really nice. He's not a bad guy, just not for you. What kind of advice would you give them if they wanted to kind of get out because they're like, okay, I moved into this thinking it could work, but now I'm saying this isn't, because you stayed for a while. You know, you stayed for a while. You even stayed for a while before
I
before you.
stayed while I knew he had a girlfriend. I stayed. I was the wife, but guess what? When I found out he was the girlfriend, I was the side chick. I couldn't call his phone. I had
Mm,
to sneak to be with my stepdaughter. And
mm,
anybody know me, I love that girl to death, and I still love her to death. That's it's not a step with her. That's my daughter.
yeah,
That's my daughter. So that question, if somebody's in a relationship and they really want to get out of it. And if you think you want to fix it, try to get counseling first. If that doesn't work, get out, because you're going to hurt yourself and you're going
mm,
to hurt other people that love you. Because when you hurt and other people that really love you, they are hurting too with you.
yeah, yeah. That's good to know. And I love how his family is still a part of yours.
Yes.
Because see, here's the thing: while I'm listening to you talk, I'm hearing wisdom and I'm hearing maturity as well. Because what I'm hearing is, at one time you went through a season where you were hurt, you were pained, you were grieved, but that did not make you bitter, right? You're saying, no, I can still accept your mother, I can still accept your sister. Your daughter is still my daughter, because what we created with this union, I haven't abandoned, but you, me, you are finished. And so that says a lot about who you are as a woman. But again, that goes back to how I described you as a friend. You're consistent. You're not the type to say, oh, I'm gonna give you some love today, and then tomorrow I ain't messing with you. I'm gonna see you in the club on Friday, but when I'm with such and such, that you've never been that. And here's the thing: I think that's why everybody's here. Like, everybody's here because you've been consistent with your love, with your friendship, with who you are. I don't know nothing about that, but man, we right, man, you good. I ain't getting in that. There have been times I've had stuff was going on, and I've had to call you, and you're like, "Oh, sister, I don't know nothing about that, and I ain't hear nothing about that. Because if I did, I would have said something. It don't matter who it came from. That is who you are as a sister and as a friend. I know a lot of people kind of,
I
sit
love
back.
y'all too.
They baby, let me tell you something. They in these chats. They is working me. Y'all know it's just one of me. They is in, they is in these chats, baby. And I'm gonna pause and say thank you to all of the women who supported you during this time, whether they knew or they didn't. I want to say thank you to the women and to the friends and to Trina and to TT and to Candy. I'm trying to go up, but I just want to say thank you for being true friends. True friends are so hard to come by, which is why I cherish Angel, which is why I cherish friendship and sisterhood, because when you can't
Yes,
find no friends, you can find a sister. When you can't find no friends,
absolutely.
you should be able to find a sister. And what people don't understand is at night we go to bed, we lay in our beds, we log off of everything. We log off of TikTok, we log off of Instagram, we log off we log off all the socials, and we lay in a place unknown. Unknown meaning, oh, I just left you kids, she with her family. Oh, I just left Linda and she with her family. Oh, I just left. And see, all you know is what you know, but we don't know. And now I'm pulling in all the sisters, right? We don't know what it looks like for Candy to go to bed at night, right? All we know is all day Candy has given us some laughs. That's all we know. All we know is she gonna post something crazy, but we don't know how many hours it takes for her to go to sleep. We don't know what that dash is between her laying down and her waking up, right? And so that's why, again, it is important for me to give the girls their flowers, because I've been in a season. I'm still in that season, right? And
I got something else too.
it's a moment where we just don't want to get emotional. But I've been in a season, and just trying to find my way through grief, not understanding what's happening. What is this? What's going on? And so I'm just grateful for people like you who just reach out to say, I don't want nothing. I'm just checking on you. I am grateful for Nikki. I'm grateful for friendships. Cause listen, we're grown now. We're not in our 20s. All of the girls right now are in their 40s, and our bodies are going through. Some of us are going through menopause. Some of us are going through fibroids. All this stuff. And guess what? All we know is, oh, I seen Linda and she looked cute in her hijab. I seen you. But what you don't know is, seriously, what's going on in the midnight hour. We don't know that. Me and you've talked about work like, I don't want this job on. We don't know. We're getting up going to jobs that some of us may not even like. We've had these conversations, but people don't know. It's like, so again, I just want to reiterate. Thank you for being sisters. Thank you. We don't talk every day. Thank you, Cece. Thank you, LaShawn. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Keisha. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Trent. When I see y'all out, because I'm not outside a lot because life has consumed me. Grief has consumed me. Losing my uncle, losing my aunt, losing my grandmother, losing my father, grief has consumed me. So sometimes you may see me and you may say, oh, she's okay. No, I'm never going to be okay. And that's okay too. We might see Candy and say she's okay. No, she's never going to be okay. You see Linda and say she's going to be okay. She's never. The Yukia I was is gone. You will never see her again, right? It died with my father. It died with my grandmother. But I'm healthy, right? I'm whole. I'm here, but I am also supported. That's why I can keep going.
Yep.
The way I keep going. And I'm making a point. The point I'm making, sisterhood is important. And if you ain't got it, you need to get it. And let me pause by saying this too. If you the sister, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, if you the sister that's always the problem, if you the sister that can't be trusted, if you the sister that's causing everybody grief, if you the sister that can't keep one secret, if you the sister that's sleeping around with people that you know belong to your friend or your sister, you're the problem, love. And we're gonna say that, and I'm gonna leave it there because here's the thing. Guess what we need right now? We need sisters. We need friends, real ones. Not the. I don't need you to be a friend in front of the multitude. I don't need you to be a friend when we're on the phone. I need you to be a friend when I can't even see you. That is what I need. And so, go ahead, sis.
I just want these. Whew, that was good. I do love my friends. I love my sisters. They know I do. If it wasn't for them, I know I wouldn't be here. I know I wouldn't be here. It been plenty of days I went to the hospital. I just it just keep coming back. The last episode when Trina came in my house and my
Mm,
daughter Ikea, they kept on saying, Linda, get yourself together. Trina said, you look like the devil. Your eyes are bloodshot red. And I
mm,
look at a lot of my old pictures. Yeah, I looked good from having clothes and stuff on. But if you look at my pictures and look at my eyes, you can see the devil in my
mm,
eyes. You can see the pain in
mm.
my eyes. I don't have time to be fussing with nobody. I just want to love people. I want people that want to be loved around me. I don't have time for the drama. I don't argue with nobody. If I think I'm gonna argue with you, okay, you got it. You got it.
Yeah,
You got it.
yeah, yeah.
You got it. I can't afford it no more. Where I'm trying to go at, where I'm going at, I can't have nobody bringing me back down ever
Mm-hmm.
again. I don't want to never be in that space. I don't want nobody that I love to be in that space because it wasn't a good space. I don't wish that on the girl that he was with.
Mm,
And you know what's funny? One day it took me like a year to call her. Everybody was like, if it was me, I would have been called. I would have been called. And I called her one day and I was like, put yourself in my shoes. And she wasn't disrespectful. She said, bitch. And then she said, no, I'm not talking to you. She corrected herself. Then she got him on the phone. This what made me leave him alone. She got him on the phone. And he said, what you doing on the phone? And did you know it ain't nothing between me and you? I'm the wife. I'm the wife. I'm the last night. Something happens to you today or tomorrow. I'm the one got to make sure you good. That day, I couldn't even shed tears. I couldn't cry. That's the day I said, oh, it's time for me to get out here and stop playing with myself and date. And date.
yes.
And date.
yes. But that's when you knew. That was your aha moment. That was
I'm
your
your wife,
I
but
have your last
I'm yeah, but I'm the side chick. I'm your wife. I'm the side chick as your wife. Oh no.
mm-hmm,
Mm-mm.
mm-hmm,
I'm good.
mm-hmm. And
I'm
I'm so
good.
glad that you were smart enough to get out versus saying, "Oh, I'm just going to honor this all the way through." We're not that generation. For
Mm-mm.
you to be on the phone and say, "Ain't nothing going on," ain't nothing going on between. Oh, okay. And here's the thing: we want to thank people for dropping the ball because had people not dropped the ball, you would not have gotten free the way you've gotten free. So we want to thank people for dropping the ball.
And
You know,
it's not always about physically being abused. Mentally is the worst thing. Mentally, I was
social
messed up.
abuse. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was messed up. I didn't know if I was coming or going.
Mm.
Even my co-workers that knew me, they said, Miss Hooper, Linda, what's going on with you today? You're not yourself. Because they know I would come in there, hey, good morning, how are you? When that was going on, I would just come in there. What bus y'all want me go on? Let me have me
Mm.
do this run. Let me go ahead. Have you ever make some money if I can make sure my kids got a roof over their head?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then when the pandemic was going on, I wanted to do teeth whitening.
I remember.
I
Mhm.
called him. I said, "Can you help me do the teeth whitening?" Ain't nobody gonna do the teeth white. It's pandemic. I called somebody that I never seen my body before. I only saw my hand, my face and my hand. I asked that man, "Oh, go ahead, and make your appointment. Meet me here. Meet me there. I'm gonna go ahead and give you this 1,500 with
Mhm.
no problem."
Mhm.
And my husband was supposed to be my number one supporter, but I couldn't get that.
Mhm. Mhm.
And when we was together, oh yeah. But when we separated, it was like, who are you?
Mhm. Mhm.
So I had to wake up. I'm glad I woke up. If anybody in a relationship that want to get out of it before it's too late. If you're trying to make it work, get some counseling. If that don't work, please, I'm asking y'all to get out.
Mhm.
It's out.
What should they be looking for? What are some of the things that they should be looking for?
See, mine, I'm not a person that you could come in my house at 5 o'clock in the morning or let you beat in the sun. No, I have a job and you need to be in the house at a certain time because I have to go to sleep and I can't sleep when my door is back and forth. My kids already know, they know. Do
Mhm.
not come in my house at a certain time. Your butt will be outside because I got
Mhm.
to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get ready for work.
Mhm.
So if a person is coming in the house, at first they was coming in the house a regular time, and now all of a sudden they start coming in the house 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, that's a sign.
Mhm.
Having their phone off is a sign. Um, Saying they going out, but they got drunk and they fell asleep on their friend house, that's a sign. Because guess what? When I used to drink and I would go out, I would call my husband and say, "Hey, I'm with Tamika or I'm with Trina. If you call my phone and you cannot get in touch with me, please call their phone, or I'm at this club. Come on down here with us." That's what I would say. I never spent the night out
Mhm.
and woke up the next day and say, "Oh, I fell asleep over Tamika house or Trina house." Where they do that at? Not in no relationship.
Mhm.
Now I have got drunk and I couldn't drive, but guess what? They would call him and, "Hey, your wife is right
Mhm.
here asleep, or my best friend right here asleep. We're not about to let her drive home, so you need to come and get her."
Mhm.
So it's a lot of signs. Y'all
Mhm.
just gotta look if y'all gotta look for them.
Okay. Um, what you have a lot of talents and you have a lot of gifts. When you realized that these things was going on and you were transitioning out of a marriage, you were trying to get yourself together, what are some of the things you did to feel whole? What are some of the things you did that gave you some kind of peace, whether it was a small amount of peace or a large amount of peace?
I would put on clothes, and my bedroom was so big and my bathroom was so big and it had all the lights. I would turn my music on YouTube and listen to Tevin Campbell and Samir every day. Every day. And I would put on clothes and look in the mirror and just dance. That was one of the things I done. And I would leave out the house. I love to shop. I
Mhm.
love to shop. I have it so bad, y'all, that my boyfriend just told me the other day, "Linda, don't you buy another thing." And it's all household stuff. All household stuff. So I love to shop. I love to decorate. I think I'm unique because I don't like dressing like other people. I
Mhm.
might have on some yellow pants and an orange shirt. I'm just unique. I'm different. I have my own style.
You do.
I love a baseball cap now that I'm in my 40s. Just give me a baseball cap, a big hoodie, and some leggings, and some raggedy Uggs, or probably some tennis shoes. Matter of fact, my little Nikes, my black and gray Nikes, I wear them to death. Just give me those and I'm good. But I love to shop. I love to decorate for other people. I love to give other people ideas. And I love being around my kids and my friends.
That's all you. Um, what is the most important thing that you've learned about yourself through your relationship?
Putting me first and saying no.
Put me first and saying no. Somebody should put that in the chat. Put yourself first and saying no to other people. Um, what is the most important quality you look for in a partner?
Loyalty, kindness, um, educated, consistent, honest. If they have kids, they have to be a good father to their kids. Um, a working man. What else? Somebody that smell good. I
Mhm.
love the way my man be smelling.
So let me
Love the
ask
way he smell.
let me ask you this. You've been through a traumatic childhood, um, teenage years, adolescence. If there's anything you could have changed about what you went through as a child or as a teenager, what would that be? I know one would be to have your mom with you. That's the first question. The second question is, how has your life been affected that your mom is not with you?
It has affected me a lot. Like today, well, like a couple of weeks ago, I went to the doctor, do my annual checkup. When they got my breast checked out, they kept on calling me back, and I wouldn't answer the phone because I don't want to hear that anything about cancer. I don't want to hear it. So they kept on emailing me. So they end up calling me from a different number. So I end up answering the phone, and she said, "Miss Hooper, you have to come back because we see something that the doctor need to get a second look." So things, them type of like stuff like that, I need my mom here so I could cry on her so she could tell me it's gonna be all right. I have faith in Allah, so I'm not even gonna sit around and think about it. I went today. They told me come back in 6 months. I know when I go back in 6 months, the paper gonna read, "You are clear.
Yeah, I did
You
that
are
the same.
clear."
I
I'm
did
not
the
gonna
same.
sit and worry about it. If I have it, I know I don't have it. I'm gonna continue to do what I was doing, praying and just going by my day. But if anything, I would change. My mom would be here. I love my kids, but I would have listened to my grandmother more. I was one of the ones that was grown, wanted to be out on my own early. I think I started paying bills when I was like 16 because my mom got locked up and she, left the apartment to my brother. But my brother at that time, he was doing his thing. So, I was being grown back then. I was trying to mess with the guys I was 16, so I was trying to mess with the guys that was probably like 20. I was looking, I saw cars and money. So that's what I was, after back then. So yeah, those things I would change, and I would definitely would have followed what I wanted to do as a child. Always, I love helping people, so I wanted to be a firefighter.
Mm.
So I definitely would have stuck with that.
So tell us, and I know, me and you. A lot of times we say stuff that we working on. Um, until it manifests, we don't really want to talk about it. But I do want you. I don't want you to talk about everything. But if there's something, what's next for Linda?
I'm gonna be a homeowner this year.
Come
I'm going to
on.
be a homeowner. I'm going to be a homeowner.
I see
I
that.
want to.
I
My
see that.
mother was the one, she was like the clown of the family, and all her grandkids and all the neighborhood kids loved to be around my mom. So when my mom died, it seemed like everybody just went their separate ways. And with my ex, his family stuck together. Even with my boyfriend, they have a big family. They always do stuff, and I like doing stuff.
Mhm.
Even like, I'm not supposed to celebrate like Thanksgiving, but I'm going to cook for my kids if that's what they want me to do on Thanksgiving. So
Mhm.
when I do cook like that, I'm like, okay, y'all friends could come. Invite whoever y'all want, because I
Mhm.
love to be
Yeah.
around people that love. So I'm
You
definitely going to be
always
a
make
homeowner, and you will be over there at my party next year. We're gonna be sitting in the back eating our crabs and drinking our
yes.
wine. And we're gonna be double dating. It's double dating David, and yeah, double dating. Yes.
I like all of that. One thing that you definitely are, you're very family oriented. You love people, and it's a gift. It's a gift to love people because some people, and it's not even a bad. Some people don't like people, and that's not a bad thing. They're just really introverted. But you've always loved people. What is the greatest gift that you would say that Allah has given to you? Tell me when you converted.
I've been a Muslim now for a year. It's been a year. It's been a year.
Okay.
And do I know everything about Allah? No, I'm still learning. Can't pronounce all the words. When I go to Juma on Friday, that's like I'm going to church on Sundays. That's my peace. Only different, it really, really brings me peace. Like I could fuss with somebody, I go to Juma, okay, you got it. I ain't thinking
Yeah.
about hurting nobody no more. It is what it is. You don't want to be with me. Okay. I hope you and your girl have fun. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
So in the Islamic community, in the Islamic religion, is there like a do you have like like a tribe of Muslim women that you like fellowship with or study with or things like that, or is it because there are a lot of the sisters who are Muslim as well. So how does that work for you? Do you like study with them who you know, or do you have a whole new group of Muslim women?
No,
Um,
on Tuesday, every Tuesday, I get on a call with Jamie and Ebony. Jamie husband, he's a Muslim, so he invited, us, to the call every Tuesday. I've been getting on the call now for like since I converted. So, and I have another little sister that I have adopt, Sadia. She's like one of my little sisters. I done adopt her, and it is what it is. I call her
yeah,
for advice. She tell me when I'm wrong. It is what it is. So, and I
yeah,
have other Muslim sisters that I do call and ask questions. One of my good girlfriends that I have been friends with since I was a teenager, Elaine. Um, I calls her a lot and ask her questions about, Islam. She's been a Muslim for years now. So she
mhm,
tells me when, something is wrong or, what I need to know.
okay. So, what is there anything else that you want to share with people? I know the biggest thing was the whole conversion piece, and just explaining to people how that happened. Um, and what would you say to someone who wanted to convert? They're not Christian, they're not Jew, they're not Buddhist, they're not anything. What would you say to a woman or man who's thinking about converting to Islam?
I would tell them do their study. Don't have nobody force it on you. For the females, if you're gonna do it for yourself. Please do not do it for a man, because if it don't work out and the man is gone, then you're gonna feel like that you don't want to do it no more. So do it for yourself. Don't do it for no man. I did it for myself because I wanted peace, and I
Yeah,
tell y'all, I got capital P and
yeah.
peace.
I can see it though. I can see it, and if I couldn't see it, and I thought it was just like, girl, girl, what are you doing? You come on, but I mean, not just on you. I see peace on you. There's peace on Ebony. There's peace on Jamie. I can see it. And so for that and me, I'm okay knowing that you have peace and you're free to do and to go. Because it's nothing like being in a place of bondage. It's nothing like being in a place where you think you're supposed to get results and you're not getting results. The one thing you said that stuck out was, I would go to church, I would do all these things, and I would leave out and still sit in front of his house like, I'm gonna kill you. Right? It makes you it everybody has a moment of where the light bulb comes on. It's like that was your moment. I'm doing all of this, right? And I'm a Christian woman talking. I'm doing all of this, but then when I leave, I got a worse headache, right? I'm doing all this, and then when I leave, I still want to kill you. Not because the bishop or the pastor didn't give me nothing. It was because I still don't have the peace I'm looking for, and you just still might die tonight. So I am glad that you took your life, got in the car, and drove it to a place that you wanted it to be at versus where other people thought you should be. Where you might even thought you should be. For a long, you probably never saw yourself converting. You probably was just thinking, like, I'm a Christian, I'm gonna do this, God will help, I'm gonna get over it, right? And here we go, a year later, you're celebrating the anniversary of your 1 year. So I am proud of you. Um, I,
And
I, I
let me tell y'all something funny, right? I went out of town, and my best friend Tamika called me, her and Jamie. They wanted to see what I had on. So they was like, "Oh, you look so pretty. You look so beautiful." So at this moment, my friend, he was my friend at that time. He in the back. So I was like, they was like, "Who you with?" So I was like, "All right, tell y'all who I was with." So they was like, "All right." So he tried to come in the camera. I said, "Oh, my best friend, them, they see you." So they was like, "Oh, he look good." Everybody I talked to that night said the same thing to this guy. Do not hurt her. She's a good female. Like 4 people said that. He's like, "What, you text them?" I said, "No." They
right,
just happy that I'm out because I don't
yeah,
get out, and they see that I'm going and I'm happy, and they want me to stay happy. Like
yeah,
everybody I called that night, "What you doing, sister? Where you at?" I said, "I'm out of town with my friend." "Oh, tell me they all in the background." "Oh, don't make me come." Even guys was calling me.
yeah,
I seen one of my homies, one of our homies. He was like, "Sis, LA." He was like, "Sis, I'm happy for you." I was like, "Thank you." He was like, "It look good on you." He said,
yeah,
"Tell that joker, you got some brothers out here that love you."
yeah, yeah.
I
But
said,
here,
"This is
you know why? You have that support because you're a treasure. And we say, and I don't say this lightly. I call a spade a spade.
a."
I call a queen a queen. You're a treasure. You're a treasure because again, we've seen the things you've walked through. We've seen the things you had to fight. We've seen the losses that you took. We've seen you winning. But sometimes we be losing more than we be winning. And it's like, well, wait a minute now. I don't see the point. So now we're in a place where we see you and you're happy. And that is what looks good on you. And so we want to continue seeing that. I'm just I'm overwhelmed with the dialogue. I'm overwhelmed with the conversation. What you did was open something up. You caused people to think. Um, Allowing yourself to be vulnerable on such a platform. Again, we're on YouTube. 33 people are watching. So many more people will go back and watch. Though if you got access to YouTube, you can see this. And so what you've done was shared your story for millions of people to see it, and you let people know that it is okay. Here's the thing, the world is big and so is God. I've always been very inclusive, but that's the thing that people don't know about me, and I don't share it because everybody isn't open minded. So I've always been very inclusive, and I do. But I have brothers and sisters who are of the Muslim religion and will still say to me, "Sis, you going to church, pray for me," and I'll still say, "You going to Juma, pray for me," because let me tell you something, God is so big. He can be everything, and I'll stand flat footed and say that to everybody and in front of everybody. And so, as long as you're happy, as long as you're healed, as long as you're whole, as long as you're able to get up and go to work, be a mother, be a friend, and be that consistent person that we see sitting in front of us, I think I'm okay, right? And that is what makes you you. Being able to say the same way you said, I'm different. I don't like to look like everybody. You wasn't making a decision that everybody make. You was like, nah, I gotta do this for me, because if I don't do something, somebody's going to die. Because guess what you could be in the place where you worked at. Your mind can take you so far that you done made the wrong decision, and now there are casualties.
Yes. Yes.
Because you don't allow yourself to heal. And what I would say to women and men who are here listening is that therapy is fly. Therapy is okay. When you
Yeah.
experience a breakup, you experience trauma, you experience heartbreak and loss and abandonment and death and grief. Therapy is okay. You can be as
Yes.
sad as you want to be, walking down to the therapist's office. You can be I have a therapy appointment tomorrow at 10:30. Therapy is fly.
Yes.
They have if you work and take a 15-30 minute break, take an early lunch, get on the telehealth, get on the Zoom, talk to a therapist. It is important. You cannot go through what people are looking at now at you and at me. This is what survived trauma looks like. It
Yes.
looks good on it. This is
Yes.
what survived trauma looks like. I survived the trauma, but I am not that. So imagine if we would not have, one, survived it, we'd be dead. And two, if we didn't get the healing and didn't have a village, because it takes a village to raise children. But guess what? I'm grown and we still need our village. I
Yes.
need Linda to call me. I need LaShawn to call me. I need Candy to say, I need my girls to do that. Because guess what? You can't just put it all on your spouse or your kids, because then you wear them out. No, that is what your friend group is for.
Yes.
Be able to take some of that weight off of your family and say, listen, let me just do my part. I'm grieving, you grieving, we all grieving. Y'all want to have a crown party together, because that's just the season that we're in, and it's okay. So, sister, I'm just grateful that you were able to come and talk to me. I don't know if there's anything else you want to share,
I'm
but
not a perfect. I'm not perfect. My religion is perfect, but I'm not perfect. I don't always cover up. So that's another thing. Don't
and y'all
say,
not gonna
"Oh,
judge her.
she."
Y'all not. Let
Yes.
me
Don't
say
say,
it.
"Oh, she
Let
cover
me
up
say it.
now, and then she not covered up tomorrow." Guess what? My heart belongs with Allah. Not what I have on, but my heart belongs to Allah. So
Because
that's
I was
all
gonna
y'all
say
need
it.
to
Because I
know.
was so enough gonna come for y'all and tell y'all, don't come for my sister if she ain't covered up. Do not come for my sister, because
This water,
you
this water
are
is so good.
a lot of y'all are religious. You're religious and you ain't following nothing else. But guess what? Don't come for her if she forget her raps. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. So I mean, sister, this was perfect. I told you we could have went anywhere tonight. We could have had any conversation. We could have spent 2 hours talking about fashion. But what impact would that have had? Because they already know that. You fly, I'm fly, you cute, I'm cute. That, but what they want to hear, tell me how to get out of this mess I'm in. Tell me how to,
Get
cause
out of
cause,
it. Get out of it.
cause this
Get
ain't
out
it.
of it. If y'all work for DC government, y'all could get free counseling. You better use it. Y'all better get out of it before it's too late.
And I
Because
should have
sometimes people don't walk away. Sometimes people walk away in a body bag. And we don't, I definitely don't want that.
your mental health is important. We are all, listen. We are already seeing. We're already paying attention to current events. We're already seeing how pastors are killing themselves. We're already seeing how people are committing suicide. We're already seeing how people are in scandals. Maybe I'm talking about scandals. We're already seeing how people are owing money. Donald Trump was a billionaire. He owes money. Everybody owes money. All the bills are due. The telephone bill is due. The Pepco is due. The water bill is due. The gas bill is due. All the kids need shoes. Tuition is due. If you're in college, they want student loans. Let me tell you something. Relax, because all that stuff that's going on is going to continue to go on.
Yes.
If you are allowing those things to consume you, you have to stop. and talk to somebody. It's nothing you can do about it. Either you can pay it or you can't. Here's the thing, I've been without lights before. If I have to go without lights again, then guess what? We're going to play a game of we don't have no lights. Y'all have to relax and you have to chill because everything will be okay eventually. But when you start getting consumed and let everything consume you and bills and life and jobs, if you don't have a job, make a job.
Oh,
You
I
don't
gave
have
up my apartment. I gave up my apartment because my husband, we needed something bigger. So when I gave up my apartment, I was applying for places. I couldn't get places, and when I did get places, I ended up moving with his mom for a little while, and she let me sleep on her couch. You know what I'm saying? And then it was I had went to I tried to stay at a hotel, or I stayed at the hotel New York Avenue. Um, the one down New York Avenue. I called myself going in there. I couldn't sleep. I left out of there. I called him one night. I was like, "Can I come see your house?" He said, "No." I called his son, my stepson. I called him. He said, "Where you at, Mom?" I said, "I'm on Rhode Island Avenue." He said, "Stay right there. I'm about to bring you my house key. I'm about to bring you my house key." So I've been homeless, even though I had a place. I still was homeless. Um, cried many a nights. Cried many a nights. You kid, you know, I cried many a nights. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all in a relationship and y'all want to get out of it, get out of it. You don't have to be angry with the person. You don't have to hate the person, because I don't hate them. You know what I'm saying? Um, it's not for me and him. We're not for each other. That's it, and that's all. We're
and
not
then,
for
and,
each
and
other.
people and here's the thing, it's okay that you're not compatible with somebody, but if you have somebody in your life and you want to make it work, because sometimes some people just need to be taught. If you have the capacity to teach, then teach. If you want it to work, then make it work. But there's gonna be a silver lining where it's gonna be like, oh no, this ain't supposed to work, and I'm out. But then there's also gonna be a time where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna make this work because the grass ain't greener on the other side. People think the grass green on the other side. So you gotta know, you gotta fill out your own shoes and see what fits you and what don't, right? So um therapy is important. Get a therapist, see a therapist. Again, many of the sisters that are in this chat are our age. I've seen you've called me hollering and screaming in my ear because something happened. You've been in my inbox saying, "Sis, I can't find my way out." Many of you, I've had conversation with you, and so if I can give you any advice, it would be Medicaid can get you a therapist. Your job can get you a therapist. You are not without support. We've lost friends, we've lost family. Many of us came this close to losing our mind. Some of us did lose it. Linda couldn't die. All the stuff that Linda was doing, she couldn't die. It got you not got even the Christian God that she might have walked away from said, "No, no, 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 not on my watch. I'll keep you here and allow you to convert, but not on my watch." So you all have to get around a village. Stop sitting and soaking in sadness. Stop sitting and soaking in depression. Stop sitting and soaking in, I don't know what to do. Get with somebody that can help you do what you need to do. Put your drawers on and get yourself together. Why I'm telling you get yourself together? Because we don't have that much time ahead of us than we did behind us. We're in our 40s. I'm 45. Sis, how old are you?
I'm 47, about to be 48.
Baby, we don't have that much time. So listen, Nikki, if things ain't going right, make it right. Make it right. And I'm a living witness. Stuff wasn't going right. I had to shake something and make it work. If you got a house with a door, be the candy lady. If you got a house with a door, sell dinners. You are without excuse. And I'm telling you, you are without excuse because I didn't have any. Linda didn't have any. We were selling clothes, shoes, jewelry, earrings, furniture, whatever we wanted to sell. Sometimes y'all thought we were selling it to get something else. No, we were selling it because we needed the money. But guess what we wasn't going to do? Have them babies coming home to an empty refrigerator. So now that we are of age, here's the thing though. Our mothers taught us how to survive. Our grandmothers taught us how to survive. We some of us can have jobs and it can be we saw the bridge fall down. We can have a job, and all the lights can just cut out right now. What are we going to do? We just have to band together and make a decision. We can no longer sit and cry and say, I don't have no help. I don't have no help. Nobody's helping me. Oh, everybody left me. Everybody living their life. No, newsflash, everybody living their life. People trying to stay alive.
Yes.
Don't feel like everybody living their life and partying. No, they went out to party just to let their head out and have a drink, because ain't no telling what could have came if they didn't get the drink. Ain't no telling what would have came if their girlfriends didn't invite them out. So no, don't think, oh, everybody left me. Oh, everybody living their life. No, we just trying to stay alive. That's it. Don't be fooled. We're just trying to stay alive. We got to make sure these kids, they're shooting schools, they're shooting kids, they're snatching coats. No, we're all just trying to figure out our next move. That's all. That's it.
In a
I
positive way.
that's it. That's it. And I don't like to stay after having such a provocative conversation. I don't like to stay here for so long, because I want some of this stuff to marinate. And sometimes we can talk and talk and talk and talk, and what we heard, we've already forgotten. If you came in late, you're welcome to go back and watch the replay. Sister, I'm going to respect the fact that it is Ramadan. I see you nibbling. You can only eat when the sun is down. See, I know a little bit. I have a couple of my coworkers who are Muslim. I worked for a Lebanese guy. Him and his wife had a store. So some stuff they taught me, because working inside of a jail, working with returning citizens, having brothers that got 3 and 4 life sentences who are Muslim, I want to be able to have a conversation with them. And I also want to be mindful and be respectful that this is the only time that you have to eat, to drink, because we know the sun gonna come up really soon, and that is when you're not allowed to eat and drink. So I thank you for coming on to the podcast. I think that we should do it again. I think the next time we do it should be both of us together in the same room. Maybe we're out shopping. We should do like a vlog day. But let me know what your schedule is. I'm always open. The one thing I was thinking about today, I wanted to also publicly thank you for this. I have my master's degree in public administration, and I'm working on a doctoral. I want to say thank you to you, because there were days that you babysat Zuri for me. David wasn't home. Quentin was away in school. You kept Zuri for me. Um, your daughters kept Zuri for me. And she was safe with you all. There were times where she just said, I want to go over on Lindan house, and you allow her to come. So I'm always grateful for people who allowed me to finish the things that I started, because I didn't get these degrees on my own. There were people who were helping me when I was, in and out of the bus or on the train, or it was late. It was you that said, bring her over here. I'm not doing that. She could go with us. And it was never a big deal. It wasn't, oh no, not tonight. You did that. Same thing for you, Sean. Y'all said, we home, bring Zuri over here. We can go get her. We'll pick her up. She good. That's what sisterhood looks like to me. And again, we're in our 40s. We were doing these things, and this is who we were. This is who we were back then. Nothing has changed. And I hope that people are able to see the authenticity of our friendship and of our love and of our sisterhood, because every day means nothing. You gonna show up when I need you. I don't need you every day. Them girls gonna show up when I need them. And so I thank you. I love you. I thank all of you for tuning in. You all have blown the chat up. Shaman, thank you. Nicole, Kevin, Kia Grayson. She calls me the voice, because she knows that, first of all, I have a voice all the time. And she knows that when I speak, people listen. And again, that's a gift, and I'm grateful for that. So Trina is doing a shameless plug. Linda's a notary. If you need a notary, Linda, are you a notary in DC or Maryland?
DC and Maryland.
Linda is a notary in DC and Maryland. If you need a notary, I will. Let me post it. How do they reach you if they need notary services?
They could hit me on my Instagram, or they could
What's your Instagram? Follow her. Sister, you don't know your Trina, what's the Instagram? Somebody put Linda's Instagram in there. Trina wants me to promote my funeral business. So I own the Fitwell Agency. The Farewell Agency is a funeral concierge business. If you're grieving, I'm going to plan the entire funeral for you. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to make sure they're not taking your money. They're not stealing your money. You're not being overcharged. I'm going to shop for your loved one. We're going to make sure everything is done to perfection. And it's going to be done professionally, right?
Yes.
It's going to be done professionally, right? It's going to be done professionally because that's what I do. It's going to be done with excellence. Many of you follow my Farewell Agency page, follow the Farewell Agency page, support your sisters because your sisters need your support, but that's what it's about. The village looks like, I don't need to go all the way over there to a stranger. Linda can notarize it. I don't need to go all the way over here. If I'm going to call a funeral home, then at least I'm going to hire you, Kia, so she can tell me if they're even charging me the correct prices, because 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10, baby, they're getting all of your coinage down to zero and they're leaving you with zero. So if you come to me, I can look at the invoice. I can see what you're being charged. I can even see where we can carve some stuff off. But if you don't do that and you you can choose a funeral home. You can choose any funeral home you want. But what I do is I'm going to provide you that security. I'm going to be the buffer between you and every other vendor that you will use. Learn to do stuff with integrity, guys. Learn to do stuff with integrity. Learn to use businesses that are full of integrity, because then we got to watch you put all these stories up about how they scammed you, they stole your money, they stole your stuff. But guess what I'm gonna say if I see it? I'm gonna say that's what you get, beloved, because I told you to call. Told you to call me. So if you don't call me, I can't save you and I can't help you. And I've been a lot of things, but I ain't never been a liar or a thief. So call me. If you know someone who can, and don't just call me because you need a phone number, because guess what that is? That can be a consultation. So call me. Call me. Just call me.
Yes,
Call me.
because I'm about to start charging people when I'm out at the stores and they want me to pick up stuff. Yes, send me. Yes, because I don't shop in DC. I drive 2 or 3 hours away, so I need gas money. I need gas. I need some coins for my gas. Yes. Yeah.
Listen, y'all have to do us right. Get pay us. And let me tell you something. Y'all make good money. Y'all make good
Yes.
money. Y'all drive good. Y'all eat good. Y'all dress good. I done seen y'all. Pay me and Linda. Pay us. Pay us. Pay the girls. I'm telling you, because guess what? Every time y'all don't hire me, guess what y'all do a month later after your grief done set in? Oh my God, sister, I should have called you. Them people took all of my money and the flowers never came. Y'all better call me. I'm telling y'all better call me. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much, sister. Get you some food. Get
I
you
love
some
you too.
rest. Um,
I
I
got
don't
some
know.
oxtails upstairs.
Ooh, I can smell them from the screen. I don't know which one of the sisters gonna be next, but if they don't call and tell me they want to come on, I'm just gonna draft somebody. So if you get drafted, you're just gonna be drafted. I don't know. It might be Trina, might be Sean. Elaine is a real. You will get drafted if you don't say, sister, I want to come on. Then I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna put your face on a flyer, and you ain't gonna have no choice but to show up. I love y'all. Thank y'all so
I
much.
love you, sister.
Love you. Go get you some food. Y'all have a
Love
good
you
night.
too. Good night.
Good night.